All right, so it is 11 where I am at, so we'll go ahead and get started. I am here with you today as Jennifer is teaching. So today is actually the first day of school in our district, and my husband and I are high-fiving one another because we're not there. So thank you, Plexus, for allowing us to retire and to have a joyful first day, not back to school. We loved it, but lots of stress involved as well. So I just want to start today with gratitude, as I believe I have started every session that we've done. But before we dive in and kind of jot down our gratitude, I've invited Whitney Ward to share really her gratitude testimony. I'll let her kind of take over and share the rest, but I think you'll be inspired too. If you don't believe me, maybe you'll believe her.
Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you, Stacey, for inviting me to hop on and share this. This is something that is so close to my heart. And Stacey is actually the one, I always give her credit. She introduced me to gratitude journaling, and it's something I'd done like so in the past. I had an app that I loved that I used for a long time that I didn't really stick with. I can't even remember what it's called, but it was like a little daily prompt for gratitude, whatever. But Stacey found this Start Today journal by Rachel Hollis. And do you remember when you introduced that to our group, Stacey? It's been a long time.
So I don't remember well, I do remember exactly when. I started in October of 20 writing in it. I'm sure I kept it nice and quiet for a bit, because I kind of thought it was woo-woo. But I decided in the beginning of October of 2020, I was going to just give it 30 days and see what happened. And so I'm not exactly sure when I told all of you, but I know at least by probably before the mastermind in May of 21.
Yeah, okay. I think it was, and we saw like really quick mass momentum happen for you and your business afterwards, and ranked Senior Ruby quickly. And you shared with us, I don't remember exactly when it was either. It was quite a bit after that, I know for sure. But I decided, oh, that sounds beautiful. I love, like, I already had in place a really solid foundation of like starting my day with gratitude and prayer and scripture study, but I wasn't like super intentional with my gratitude. I felt like it was more just, I would say grateful things in my prayers. So I ordered the Start Today journal, and I started in October of last year. That's when I started, and I dedicated myself to it daily. And to this day, I am so proud to say, because I am not a person that is really super consistent with anything. I mean, I've improved in a lot of areas, but this is one thing that I believed in it, and I saw what it was doing for Stacey, and I love the idea. And so I went all in, and I, to this day, have not missed a single day of my gratitude journaling. And I have seen miracles happen since October in massive ways. My business has exploded. We've had 3 jewel rank ups since, and there's others that are Senior Ruby getting close. And this momentum, I totally believe that just practicing that daily gratitude and being intentional about it. And then the other part of it that it's just as powerful and effective is the vision casting that you do every single day. So if you've never done the Start Today journal, you write out 10 dreams as if they've already happened. So you're basically vision casting every single day and writing the same 10 dreams as if they've already happened. And I know there's power in spending time mentally and emotionally in that space every day and envisioning it. And it is so incredible how your higher power, whether that's God, whether that's the universe, whatever it is, but just you become a magnet to those things. And it's so powerful. And I've had to, since October, there's 3 different huge dreams that I had been writing daily that I've had to revise because I've accomplished them. And I did not, when I first wrote those out, when I started in October, I did not see those as possible anytime soon. And the fact that I was able to, like, those things came to me so quickly, and I had to rewrite that vision and make it bigger and dream bigger has been just absolutely like awe. I'm just in awe of this. And so I promote this to my leaders regularly on my team. I think there's so much power in it. And I want to encourage you to, like, just go all in with it. Like, you know, Stacey said, it might sound a little woo woo at first, but once you start to see, like, and it's a change that happens inside of you, don't you think, Stacey? Like, you literally change inside when you're spending that dedicated time every day focusing on your blessings instead of your stress and your problems. And when you spend that time vision casting every day, it literally creates a change inside of you. And I think God honors that. Another thing I'll share is that most people do not dream big enough, not even close. And Stacey and I both also got the privilege of participating in a 40-day prayer challenge led by Brooke Hemingway. And some of you may have been in that prayer challenge as well. But one of the things that stood out to me in that book by Mark Batterson is something I'd never really considered with prayer, because I've always kind of considered myself a God girl and like a person of big faith, and like I've asked for big things and had amazing miracles and blessings happen in my life. But he points out something in that book that is so profound that I never really thought of, that has stuck with me. And that is that God loves and honors the big prayer requests. Those are the ones that he enjoys fulfilling. They give him the opportunity to show his power. When we just, for our goals and our dreams, we dream small, we set goals that are, you know, a little out of our comfort zone, that doesn't give him any opportunity to show his power. And he's bored with those prayers. That bores him. It shows very little faith. And so he honors those huge, big prayers. So dream bigger. I'm sitting here in an amazing cabin on 10 acres that we paid cash for because of one of those visions that I started writing every day in October. And I never would have dreamed that this was something that would come of that daily gratitude and vision casting. And so if I can just really get into your head and your heart, dream bigger. Ask him for the big things. It is not selfish. It is not dishonorable to want for big, amazing things. He is a God of abundance, and he wants more for us than we could ever want for ourselves. And so dream bigger. It allows you the opportunity to bless and touch and serve in such a higher plane and such a higher power. So that's my testimony. Get yourself a journal. If you don't, like, if you've never done it before, start with the Start Today journal. I've got mine memorized, and I moved to a regular journal because I can fit so many more entries in. I just use a different color pen for each day. But as you'll see, I do 5 things I'm grateful for, and then I write my 10 visions as if, like, dreams as if they've already happened. Same every day. I have it memorized word for word at this point, and it's so powerful. So thanks for letting me share that, Stacey. Love you, girl.
Oh my goodness, thank you. And I know she had shared with us, not just that cabin, but she's had, you know, well, and 3 jewels, right? That just have, if you don't know Whitney, Whitney's a diamond in our company, and she's a brand new 3-star diamond. Did I say that correctly, Whitney? And that's all come, you know, I mean, she's going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you, that's come as a result of her putting gratitude at the forefront and intention at the forefront of her day, and really having those great big vision, right? And getting out of your comfort zone. So we're going to start today. No pun intended, or maybe there was. We're going to start today with 5 things of gratitude, 5 things that today you are grateful for. And I just have to share this with you because I think it's so funny. My husband just has gotten so used to me doing this that this morning, when he opened up the towel closet, he said to me, I bet you're going to write how grateful you are that I have towels in the closet for you every morning. I'm like, you're right. I am. So I will be writing how grateful I am that my husband has towels in the closet for me and that he makes our bed every morning. This is so amazing. So I am so grateful for that because I wouldn't take the time to make the bed, and it feels so good to have that bed made. And I'm so thankful that he does that. So it doesn't have to be these huge things. And can I also release you of something else that I was actually talking with some women this weekend, and if you're like most women, right, we feel like, oh my gosh, if people open up my Start Today journal, I have to show that I'm grateful for my family every single day, right? So you feel like you have to write, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my husband, my spouse. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for, and so that's what we have, that feeling, that guilt feeling of like, I have to show that I'm grateful. But you know what? We all know that you're grateful for your family. And so I'm going to release you of having to feel like that has to take up space. Certainly there can be days when there might be something you're particularly grateful for, like your husband who has towels, fresh, clean towels in your closet, or has made your bed for you. But I don't feel I've released myself of that feeling that they have to be a part of my everyday gratitude, because they are. Like, they are. It's just known. And so it opens up space for other things that I'm grateful for. So can I help you with that part? All right. 5 things that you're grateful for. And in the Start Today journal, it's typically 10 things that you like, dreams as if you've made happen, as Whitney had shared with us. But I'm going to ask you to write 3 today. And you can write 10 if you want to, but write 3. And here's the thing with those 3. Write 3 things that are big vision things for you. Things that, like Whitney shared with us today, you don't think are possible in the next 5 years. But they're things that you are striving for, that you would be so grateful for, that they are dreams that you want to make happen. And then I am going to ask some of you to share that. So 5 things you're grateful for, and 3 dreams as if you've made them happen already. So you're writing them in past tense, right? But they're big. They're big vision things. Okay, let's do, I don't know, a few minutes, 7 to 10 minutes, but I'll probably be on here sooner. Okay, honestly, I have no idea how long that's been, and it probably was nowhere near 7 to 10 minutes, but I've had some good direct questions that I've asked if we could kind of talk through them as a group. And so I want to do that. As I was doing this, it reminded me, because I forgot to do yesterday. And so what that means is I'm doing yesterday today. So I don't just give myself grace and think, okay, I'll just do today. I go back and do what I've missed. And one day that was 2 things. And I know that Whitney has shared with me, she was on vacation and like forgot to write in her journal all through vacation. So she took the time to go back and fill it out for all 6 days that she had missed. So if you miss, just know that we have found that it works best if you make up what you've missed. So Tina had just shared with me that she said, writing the dreams already true are a bit difficult. I didn't expect that. So I just asked her if we could kind of talk about that as a group. But Tina, do you mind, will you expand a little bit or tell us more?
You know, I do practice gratitude every day. Well, every night before I go to bed. And I feel like that has it's just expanded my gratefulness because I see more things that I'm grateful for because of practicing that. So I'm used to doing that, but I'm not used to writing down my dreams as if they've happened. And I feel like I'm almost like playing small or something, like let myself dream, let myself write these things down. It's like kind of emotional, actually. I'm like, ah. And I kind of feel stuck almost because I'm like, the normal things that are like on my dream board, which are, I am emerald, which I'm thinking, well, why not just say I am diamond? Because that's really my ultimate goal, right? Like, why not just do that?
Why not?
And then another one that I always have on my dream board is, owning a beach home. That's a big dream of mine, to own a beach home where we can make a lot of memories with our family. Another one for sure is having a successful adoption charity. I want to have a charity where I help families with international adoption fees. So those 3 are like, okay, I got those, but then I'm like, I'm stuck. And I think it's just, I'm not even allowing myself to think bigger things.
Yeah. And really, I think that's what Whitney was sharing with us this morning, is that you do have to throw the things out there, right? You do have to stretch yourself and not think small, but think big, right? And so when I think about things that I've written in, and I'm looking up in the closet of my office, and I have 4 completed journals. This is my 5th one. If I were to flip through those pages, there are things that I have written in there. And there are times when I play small too, but there are things that I've written in there, like I am retired. I probably wrote that for a year, maybe longer, every single day, believing it, not believing it, but yet it was a dream that I had and it happened. And that to me was so far off. That was so far off in the future. But I wrote it every day and it happened. I was age 48 when I retired. And I mean, I didn't see myself retiring for a really long time. So it's things, it's things like that. For example, I just started writing because of something that I might have heard Whitney might have written in hers, but hers, I'm sure, was way more than mine. But I'm writing in here, I make at 10,000 more per month. I make 10,000 more per month. I am writing in here that I bought a cottage. It's a beach house. I have cottage in here just in case Rob takes a look at it because he'd like to go up north in Michigan. I'm going to the beach. So let's be honest, it's a beach house. I also have in here that I've sent Rob to the Big Ten championship, you know, he shared with me, so some of my dreams are even for him, right? But he has shared with me that if he, like, the best thing in life that could happen to him, okay, not really, but in his world at the time when he said it to me, it was like we had gone to, I don't know, some game that we never thought we would have the money to pay for. We just went to one of the first rounds of the NCAA tournament. And sitting there, he had said to me, you know, I will have fully lived my life when I am able to go to a huge sporting event and money is no object. And so every day since he has said that, in my dreams that I've made happen is that I sent Rob to the Big Ten championship. And so I will write that over and over and over again until it happens, and then I'll replace it. I do have in here, Tina, like you just said, that Rob and I are emerald, but you're right. Why am I not writing Rob and I are diamond?
Yeah,
That's-
that one I was like, okay, do I write that, like, that's the next step for me, like, so that I get there and then, you know, expand on it. So
It's interesting that you say that. I have been writing step by step, but maybe that's
Mhm.
playing too small, like Whitney talked with us today.
right.
You know,
I'm
maybe
crossing
that's,
mine out now and I'm putting diamond.
let's do it. All right, is anyone else willing to share what kind of your big vision, your big dream that was kind of scary maybe to write today that you put down there? And not, did I see someone? I'm going to tell you, nothing is selfish. It's not selfish. It's not. All right.
Stacey, can I share something?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So I want to encourage everyone to pick an income amount that scares you and use that as one of your vision casting dreams. And I want you to release any like fear or hesitation over that's worldly, that's selfish of me, whatever, because like I said, all that does is expand who you are and your capacity to do good in the world when you have a higher income bracket. And there's so much power in picking a number and writing that down every day. So I actually, in October, a number that scared me was $40,000 a month. And I thought that was way out there. And I don't, Stacey can tell you, I don't pay attention how much money I earn. I never look at my numbers. I'm so bad about that. But I knew, like, because of the way our business had been growing, I was actually curious. And I asked Monty and I were taking a walk and I said, so how much money did we earn this month? And he told me $41,000. And I about crapped my pants right there walking down the street because I didn't know we were even close to that. But it was so fulfilling to me to realize, like, God honors that, you know, put a number on it, be specific. And I think that's a big part of, like, having faith is allowing yourself enough courage to actually write down something that scares you, that feels uncomfortable. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. Pick a number that scares you and put that down as one of your dreams. Okay. Thanks.
Can I interject something? I just love that you just said that about the more money you make, the more impact you're having. Because I'm a nutritionist and a health coach. And like, that's one of the things I said I'm grateful for, because I finally am using my passion. But the fact that you just said that, like, my daughter's a health coach too, and she's so afraid of doing this. And she actually has more impact than me because she actually is in a business where she health coaches. And it's like, the more money you make, the more people you're actually helping. And so I feel like in this business, particularly, like, it should be a no-brainer. Like, it shouldn't even be a thought. Like, that's what I said to her the other day. I'm like, do you understand? Because she had her baby shower. And I mean, I didn't bring up Plexus at all, but all her friends were like telling me their health problems. And I'm like thinking to myself, girl, you are coaching these people. You haven't even mentioned plexus to them one time. Like, it's crazy to me. So I love that you said that, because that's going to help me push through, because you're right. The more you make, the more you happen. Thank
I'm
you.
so glad. You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, and I'll also add too, if you guys have a lot of mindset issues around money, I did. I grew up very poor and I had a lot of fear around money and scarcity. Brooke Hemingway recommended a book called Happy Money to me, and that changed my life. That will totally change your mindset around money and allowing yourself to have an abundance mindset. So it's a quick, easy read. If that's something you struggle with, then definitely do that. And Stacey's gone. There she is. Happy Money. It's adorable, huh? Looks like it has a little smiley face on it.
Yeah, sorry, I was gone to grab the book just so you could see what it looks like. Whitney, thank you so much for sharing that. Who else will share kind of what your big vision, big goals are? How
I'll
about-
share.
Thank you, Brenda.
Okay, so sorry. I'm going to be a diamond, and sorry. We're going to be able to travel wherever we want to, whenever we want to. And then I added one after I forgot her name, after she challenged us. So, because I was like, whenever someone said making $10,000 per month, I thought, oh, I could do that. So I wrote that down. And she said, then there was a little bit more of a challenge. And so I put, I make $200,000 a year. So scares me, but it's okay.
So are those happy tears?
Yes.
Good.
Happy, scared tears.
Well, that's all right. But that means you're dreaming big enough, right? When you're afraid of what you've put down, that means you're dreaming big enough. Thank you for sharing, Brenda. Does anyone else want to share before we move to the next thing?
I'll share.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I started writing this, erased it. I used a pencil. I probably shouldn't have done that. 3 times, and then I was like, I'm just going to write it down. And so backstory, when my husband and I got married, you know, we had a tight budget, and it was a big deal to us. And, you know, it was a shame. Not that the ceremony, like the party matters, but we just decided after we got married, when we have kids, we are going to help our kids because it's worth celebrating. And, you know, marriage is a big deal. So I wrote down, I helped all of my kids pay for their wedding and their honeymoon because it's a big deal. So, yeah,
I love that.
It's making my heart pound to even say that. And isn't it funny how saying these things out loud, even like when I wrote it, it was hard, but saying it out loud, it's even harder.
Right. Write it in Sharpie.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. Is it Ernestina? Am I going to say your name right? I think you have did I say your name right? Where are you? You were here. Where did you go?
I raised my hand. Here I am.
Okay. Did I say your first name for me?
Ernestina.
I did it.
You did.
Okay.
Thank you for that. I just wanted to add, I'm relatively new to Plexus, but I don't know the first time that Jen introduced this writing down what we're grateful for. And I started doing it every single day in a journal, in a devotional book that my best friend gave me when my mom passed away, and I never took it out until recently. And so now I kind of combine the devotional with my 24-hour, how God has shown himself to me in the last 24 hours. And so I just wanted to say to everyone that it's completely life-changing. It is completely what keeps me happy. I don't know if that makes sense, but I never realized that I struggled with happiness. I kind of was like going through the day, and as long as I had things that I was responsible for, like work or sitting down and doing this power hour, blah, 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 like a list of to-do things, I was content, I thought, but now I'm like truly happy. Like I'm feeling happiness. I'm feeling motivated to not just get through the day, but to do things. So that leads me to my list, I guess. I am a diamond. I'm a diamond in the making. Right now it's a little slow, but I have faith that it's going to pick up again. And I want to buy a lake house one day. I have 10 other things, but they're the two that I'm done with my day job as of right now. So in a year, I will no longer be, I'm technically retired and I have a day job and I do Plexus. So I won't be doing that anymore next year. I'll be just doing Plexus. So.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you,
And
guys.
And I think a lot of times we do, right? I've let my journal sit on my shelf for a while and then it's like, oh, yeah. And so I think I've been pretty open with you to share with you that, I have really, it's almost like I've tested the theory where when I'm writing in it, amazing things are happening. And when I'm not, they're not. And so I need to stop testing the theory and just know, right, that I can't stop doing it because it really does put me in the space that I need to be in every morning. And so thank you. And oh my goodness, I'm not sure how we move on to a few tasks after that discussion. I really do appreciate you all sharing and really opening up your heart and just being vulnerable and throwing things out there and seeing what happens. So I can't wait to hear, as we move forward, how you are able to move those things from the dreams that you made happen that you're writing down to dreams that you truly have made happen, because they will happen. And I could, like I said, pull my journals off the shelf and open them up and flip through. And some of the things I wouldn't even remember that were dreams of mine because I made them happen. And now it's been a few years. All right. So there's that. I do want to share with you just real quickly, because I thought it was pretty clever and I don't always think that I'm clever. But I am on day 3 of my 3rd round of reset. So good thing we didn't do this yesterday. Day 2 is never my friend. I'm always a grump. Marion's on day 1, it looks like. So day 3, and I decided, because I'm not great with stories either, and it may be boring and I don't know how well it worked, but I liked it. I took a picture, just like a selfie in portrait mode in front of my window with each different product. And then I put that in my story. So I kind of showed how simple the reset really was. And I kind of got that idea from when Jennifer had shared Emily Gibson's video talking about, like, well, would you like a picture of what is in? Can I send you a picture of what's in the reset box? And so I thought, well, why not show people? So in my stories, although it's probably all falling off at this point, I did do day 1 and day 2. I'm not going to do day 3 because I just kind of felt like that was overkill. But today, again, super proud of myself. It doesn't take much for me to be proud of myself. I made this out of my day 1. You see it here? Out of my day 1 pictures, I made a collage. And I feel like it shows people how simple it is and that everything you need is right in this little box, right? And I didn't do a specific post about that today, but I'm going to use this picture again, maybe a week later, that just kind of shows, like, this is it. Inside of this box that I'm holding in this first little picture is all of these things. It's all that you need. You don't even have to go grocery shopping. You don't even have to do any meal planning. Like I thought Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be great to do it for me this week because my husband is a football coach and it's football coaching, season. And so he's not home for dinner. And guess what? I didn't have to do any thinking. And so I'm gonna put that in there. And I've lost 5.8 pounds, I think it was 5.8. I think you would have to find out for sure. But there is a post that I did and I actually stole, I don't know if she's on here today, Jessica Phillips. I stole her little thriving, not surviving post. Like, I'm like, that's so simple and it's so powerful, right? And so that's what I put with this. And then I just said, starting day 3, here's what I've done so far. This is so simple. And so there's just an idea for you if you're getting ready to do a reset again, put it in your story, show people each step. I did the very first day, I just did step 1, step 2, I put the little gifts on it. And it just kind of shows them that it's that simple. It's that simple. And then you're going to be sharing your results. So there's just one idea for you. And then the rest of the time, you guys, it is the 24th of the month. We are in, right? What people have called Magic Week. 1 week we have left in August. And so that means 1 week left in our success steps. And I want to just kind of pay attention to that again today, draw your attention back to that. Maybe you're paying really good attention to it. Maybe you haven't looked at it all month. Well, it is certainly time to look at it, right? And so on our dashboard, there is there's your success steps tracker. So take a peek at that. But remember, in order to get that first step, the $100, you have to do one of those 3 things, A, B, or C. A being get 3 new people. Put a 1 in the chat if you have 3 new people so far this month, 3 new VIPs. B being help 1 person go silver. Put a 2 in the chat if you've helped someone go silver. And then C being retain 6 people from the last 3 months. So remember, that's that rolling calendar. So you've got to make sure you're kind of filling each month to get 3. So will you put a 4 in there? If you've already done all 3 of those, you've earned that $500. But remember, if you've done one of those things, you get the $100. If you've completed, congratulations, Tina, by the way, she said 4, and it looks like maybe Jill did too, and I missed it, but congratulations to anybody who has all 3 and already has your $500. But so to get the 250, it has to be the 3 new VIPs and then one of the other 2. And then the 500 is all 3 things. So today I want to kind of finish out where you're taking a look at where you are and what you still need to do. And then also checking in with your level 1s or checking in with your team members. Where are they? How could you support them? What kind of help do they need? Because $500 for any of us is incredible. And Plexus is basically handing that to us, right? We just have to do these 3 simple steps. So I want you to check and see where you're at, what you would still need to do to get 100, or if you have the 100, 250, or if you have the 250, how do you get that 500? And then I want you to check in with friends. And my understanding is there is a tracker where you can check on team members. Mine has never worked. I need to call them. But I think you can take a peek and just see how you could help team members. But ideas for each one of those real quickly, and then I'm going to let you work through the rest of the time on this. For new VIPs that you might need, what kind of event could you do quickly? Could you do a 15-minute messenger party? Could you invite people to that? Do you have pink 15s that your teams are doing that you could invite people to that? Could you check back in with people and follow up? Maybe you've been in messages with them, you've talked about it before, but they haven't jumped yet. Well, have you told them about the hydrate, the free hydrate? Could you, what else could you do to get, does anyone else have ideas for? Oh, yes, yes, yes. We'll talk about that in just a second, Jill, but thank you. Ideas, could one or two people want to share ideas that you have for finding new VIPs, making sure you're doing your reach outs, right? Hosting. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Something that you've done that's worked well? Those of you that have crushed success steps, any pointers you want to give to us before we get to work? And then
I'll say something real quick. One thing that I noticed, you know how, we post, we do all this stuff in our stories and whatever. But just remember, one thing that I like to do is I call it the green light special, right? Go on Messenger, see who's active, and then send them messages, just a quick, short little message. That's something I did last month at the end of the month. And I just, hey, have you seen my post about reset? I think you would really love it. That's it. And then most of the people respond. They go look, and then they tell me, no, I haven't, or yes, I have. I was thinking about it. And we got a couple people. Just super quick, just that way, just by, just a quick little message to reach out.
I love that green light special. Try that today when we have a few minutes. Thanks, Jill. And she also had shared with us, do not forget to upgrade your VIP customers ASAP. So if they add someone, you want to upgrade them that evening because you only have until that following Saturday, and that can get you. It's gotten me once. Only once. But if you don't get them upgraded, they don't get to count that person as one of their fast starts, as one of their whatever, and they only get the product credit for them. So you do want to make sure you get that right away to help them get all of their bonuses. Okay, so if you have people who you want it for the silver one, go through your back office. Make sure you're checking to see who's one person away from hitting silver for the first time. Boom. Talk with them. See what it is. Oh, it's 5 days now, not the following Saturday. Okay, then that's new. The last time I had talked to them, it was still the following Saturday, which if they signed up on a Friday, it was like the next day. So, but good to know. Kelly says it's 5 days now from when they sign up, but I would still get them signed up that day.
Can I interject something? What I do with people, I mean, obviously it's better to, like, I have a newbie and she does want to grow. And so I'm going to throw an event for her when I go back up to Maryland, hopefully this Sunday. So to get her silver, because she's already been talking to people. But I have a woman who's really reluctant. And so my tip is, and my son too, my son had like 2 people forever. So I always wait. I mean, if they do miss that window, so that the fast start window doesn't start ticking off if they're not really motivated, I always wait until like they're ready to sign up their third person to upgrade them. Like, and I do it right before they sign that third person. And that sort of sometimes motivates them. Like, hey, okay, you've got your third now, you're silver. So you've got 30 days now to get 2 more people to be that fast start silver. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So, so it just sometimes motivates them to do that. So, and I had a quick question I want to ask you, Stacey. Does it get easier? Because I'm on day 2. I actually feel better day 2 this time on my second time around, but does it get easier with each time you do the reset, or is it about the same?
Day 2 has sucked every time for me. I mean, it just has. That's the only way I can say it. And when I say that, all I mean is day 1, I get through it, no problem. Day 2, I feel like I'm starving all day. And then day 3, here I am, and all I've had so far, and it's almost noon, is my hydrate, and I'm drinking some water. So there's that. So day 2 for whatever is hard. And I will tell you, for me, day 4 is hard too. Day 4, I have felt miserable every time, but that's because like I also lost 4 pounds from day 4 to day 5. I think my system is just like, all right, we'll clear it all out now. So there's that, but no, I wish I could tell you. I think some people have found that it does get easier. I just have found I'm on, finishing up my third one, and I've hated day 2 every single time. It's probably mindset. I'm sure it's mindset. So I just have to change my mindset around day 2. Okay. So we have 10 minutes. And then the last thing is the retaining. So go and check what your numbers are. Are there some people that you can follow up with, reach out to, make sure, they're doing okay, help tweak their regimen if needed, that sort of thing. And then help them get their products for this month. So we're going to take the last 9 minutes and go ahead and work on success steps, or quite frankly, whatever you want to work on. Okay, so I just want to wrap up with thanking Pat. I don't see her in the screen, but she just added to the Power Hour thread, if you haven't seen it yet, an idea for helping you with the recruiting. And she used Sarah's idea of checking in with your happy customers and asking them to do a shout out post for you, and has found some success with that. So she has screenshots in there if that's something you'd like to work on today. We're a couple of minutes early, but you have your jobs. If you want to continue working on that, please do. And thanks so much for joining in today. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.